it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. So I have a little bit of a weird build to share with you guys today, but you have already seen it in the thumbnail and in the intro, so I'll just go on and tell you it's kind of weird. But it is a dreamscape house, and my build is weird, but the picture that inspired this build is actually beautiful and it's not weird at all. So I'll go on and put that on the screen now where you guys can kind of see what I was going for and what I was trying to build. And you can kind of see why I wanted to build it. Because like I said, the inspiration picture for this build was absolutely stunning in my opinion. I think it's really pretty. It's a dreamscape house. I'm not sure if I've said that already. But yeah, it's a dreamscape house. And if you guys are interested in it, should be pinned on my Pinterest if you want to know more about it. But I don't really remember any of the details of the pin. I was actually looking for some kind of build to do for Valentine's Day for February. And so this one kind of came up as I was looking for different stuff like that, and I just thought it was really pretty. And at first when I looked at it, I didn't know how I would build that because of the flowers on the side, because they don't look like actual flowers as much. I mean, I guess in this picture that's what they're intended to be, but in The Sims we don't have any actual like plants that would look like that. And then I remembered that we did get that one item from Seasons, and it's got flowers. It's like paper flowers that come with the wall decorations. There's all those weird wall decorations that came with the Seasons pack. I mean, I think they're nice, but they are a little bit different than, you know, the other stuff that we have. But anyway, I remembered that item and I thought, well, I could use that to make the sides of this build and it might look good, and I kind of want to build it. So I did build it. And I actually built this yesterday, and then today I was taking the screenshots and everything for it, and I felt a lot better about it yesterday than I do today. So you guys can let me know what you think. It's okay if you don't like it. Sometimes I like building something a little bit different and trying new things with the Sims, and so that's what this is. This is definitely different, but it's nice sometimes to build stuff that wouldn't be possible to actually build in reality. And so yeah, I just really like the inspiration picture for this, and this doesn't do it justice at all, but I still had a lot of fun building it, and it was definitely an interesting process as well while I was building it. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I know it's a little bit different, but we have the structure of the build done right now. So as you can see, I'm using a lot of roofs to kind of make that weird shape that this house was originally in the inspiration picture. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but yeah, it's kind of got an odd shape. And so I used all these roofs, and then I'm using doors to make the little part of the wall that you get with the roofs. I'm using doors to make that invisible. I'm going to go back, you can see them right now, but I'm going to go back later with the tool mod and scale them down really, really small so that you can't actually see them anymore. And there was a couple of the roofs that were on the second and third floor that they still leave like a little bit of a line. You can still see a little bit of it. But I really feel like this house has enough going on that that's the last thing you would actually notice. But I am going to size those doors down in a little while. And then for that one little tiny area of the structure, I used those glass floor tiles from the Island Living pack. And I use that item all the time. And then I was so careful throughout this whole build to not do anything that would delete those. Just a minute ago, you may have noticed that I moved them out of the way so that I could do something with the structure, and I didn't want them to get deleted because that kind of stuff will get deleted sometimes when you're, you know, making structural changes, or sometimes even if you're just changing like the wallpaper, stuff will get deleted. Not normal stuff, but like when you use, you know, the move objects cheat in the tool mod and stuff like that. But anyway, I had moved those out of the way so that they wouldn't get deleted, and I was really careful the whole build, but then at some point I noticed that something I had done had deleted them, so I did have to go back and add them back in later. But yeah, basically this house ends up with 2 balconies, and then it ends up with 1 room. So the little tiny room that's on the top of the build, that I just left open, and I think I deleted the floor so that the light could come in through the roof. So there's nothing actually on that second floor, but there is a balcony, and you can climb up to it and everything. I just got through playtesting this build, and everything seemed to be working pretty well. But yeah, right now I'm actually placing all those flowers, so that's the wall decoration item that I was talking about. So I just placed a ton of those all over the build, and I did have to add some walls and then delete them later because I did need something for it to grab onto, even though I was using the tool mod. It was just easier that way. And then I added 2 of those little fountain things from Spa Day, the little round ones, up on top of the build because I think that's in the inspiration picture. And this part that I'm about to add is also in the inspiration picture, and I just thought it looked cool, so I decided to do it. But I do delete those 2 that are up at the top of the build. I do end up deleting them because I felt like they looked a little bit out of place and kind of weird, so I do delete them at some point. And then I did go back and add a bunch of this same little wall decoration thing on the parts of the build that you could see through the glass, because it kind of felt weird that there wasn't anything there, and when I noticed it at one point when I was swinging the camera around, so I just decided to add some more flowers to the inside of that build as well. And then this ended up being a 1-bedroom house, 1 bathroom, and like I said, I play tested it and everything seemed to be going pretty good. Everything seemed to be working. You guys will see Johnny Zest at the end of this video chilling on one of the balconies. But yeah, I built this yesterday. I think I already said this, but I may not have. I can't remember, but I built this yesterday, and then today when I looked back at it, I don't know, it felt wrong today. So be sure to let me know what you guys think. Like I said, it's okay if you don't like it. I know it's a little bit different, but I really like Dreamscape architecture, and I think I've done 2 Dreamscape builds so far. I think it's 2 of them. I don't know. I look at a lot of them, but I've done one in Sulani for sure. It's one of my favorite little houses I've ever built. It's kind of tiny and it's pretty simple, but I ended up surrounding it with the little cloud light fixture that comes with base game, and I just really like that build. It's one of my older videos, so it's not really good quality, but I love that house, and I think that I built that on this same exact lot, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I built another Dreamscape house in Oasis Springs, and I think it would be so cool to have a save file that's just Dreamscape architecture, but I don't know if I would ever have the actual patience to put something like that together. And then also, so much of the Dreamscape houses that you see on Pinterest and stuff, I haven't figured out how to make in The Sims yet. Like, a lot of it I don't feel like is totally possible right now in The Sims, but I may be wrong because there's people building stuff every day that I didn't know you could build in The Sims, so maybe I'm just not trying hard enough. But anyway, this house on the interior is actually kind of cute. I didn't want to just go totally pink because I feel like not everyone loves that, and so I ended up going with a really pale pink and a pale blue, and I think it looks really cute together, to be honest. I think it looks really nice. Oh, and also I was having some trouble finding some paintings and wall decorations that kind of matched those colors and matched the vibe of the house, and so I did end up going and getting some NoCC gallery art, and I will put the creator of this artwork in the description box if you guys are interested. And it's really pretty artwork, and they had a ton of those NoCC paintings, and so if you guys are interested, I will put it in the description box. And I really like using the NoCC artwork, but most of the time I'm just too lazy to go find it and everything, and so yeah, but I did feel like I needed it for this build, and I just grabbed some that were pink and blue, like I said, go along with the color theme. But yeah, anyway, this is a very simple kind of interior. We have the bedroom, and then the living area is just one huge space. So I have the kitchen and the living room actual area, and then I put a desk in this room as well. And the circular table that I used is way too big, but I felt like it was the only table that matched with everything else, so I ended up going with it, but it's definitely too big for the space, and it's just kind of in the way a little bit. I wanted to figure out how to get it put on the wall, but then since it's a circular table, it felt weird to place it on the wall. So that's not really interesting. Sorry about that. Sometimes I forget about stuff until I'm doing these voiceovers, and then I just start talking and I'm not even thinking about what I'm talking about. But anyway, at the bottom of this build, I felt like it needed something, even though the point of this build was for it to be kind of up in the sky and everything like that, but I still feel like I have to decorate the bottom of the build. So I ended up just throwing some landscaping around and some rocks and stuff in the ocean just to kind of close in the space a little bit and make it look more like it just belongs to this house. And I put a few of the like water toys, and not toys, but like floats, and some of the jet skis. I think I put that at some point. And I tried to just put a few simple activities and stuff down here just to kind of finish it off, because it always feels weird if I do a build like this and then I don't do anything underneath it. But I did also include that little pink hot tub, and I know a lot of people don't like that hot tub, but it kind of matched the rest of the build and the colors were perfect, and so I just included it. But that is it for this build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's very different. Actually, the next build is going to be kind of quirky and weird like that too. Maybe not as quirky. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. And I hope you all are doing really, really well, and we will talk soon with another speed build.